Somebody said to me, I get that.
You got your chance.
So when they sent that to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, because we rolled it out.
That top spot.
Right, right. I don't like it. I've been known that, you know, because somebody said, oh, maybe in a year now, or something.
Oh, this week?
Call this meeting to order. This is a meeting in the Littlestown area Board of School Directors. It's a live in-person meeting taking place in public in accordance with the Sunshine Act by attending and/or commenting publicly in this meeting or consenting to the recording, retention, and future viewing this meeting. This meeting is also being live streamed for convenience of the public. In the event the live stream fails or cannot be transmitted for any reason, the in-person meeting will continue without interruption. Roll call here.
Daniel Brennan. Here. Wayne Sullivan.
Here.
Stephen Yerger.
Here.
Jeannie Ewan. Here. Nick Lovell.
Here.
Carl Thompson.
Here.
Mary Brennan. Here. Janelle Ressler. Here. And Philip Perez.
Here.
All rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, on this time, we would like to introduce our high school representative. She came a month early. You come up, stand anywhere you want, and introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Williams. I'm a high school at Littlestown High School, and no, I'm a senior. There we go. I'm a senior at Littlestown High School, as well as student council president and a high school representative. I'm very excited for this school year and look forward to getting to represent my fellow classmates in all the wonderful activities we have going on this school year. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for her? Nice meeting you. Otherwise, she'll win. It's now time for board announcements.
I am sure that it'll be mentioned by our administrators later on, but it was a pleasure attending our opening day ceremonies this morning with all of the staff district-wide. Great messages discussed in terms of having our staff contributing to the success of our district as they do every year. And we're really looking forward to seeing that and the board working in collaboration with our staff and administration and making this a fantastic school year.
Just a shout out to Ms. Beth Becker for the article in the Gettysburg Times for the Thunderbolt Foundation.
board for retirement. Let's punch up the next summer plate.
I have fun. In a positive way.
And positive is what's happening because of it. Does anybody else have any other public comments?
I heard our new AD was down at the youth soccer program this last week, or 2 weeks ago, which is awesome. He's gonna make himself known. Happy to hear he likes youth sports. And I saw him do tennis courts, so that was great.
Well, we'd like to welcome Mr. Perez to the board. You all don't know this, remember? Okay, anything else? Michael, okay. On the building stuff. Mr. Becker, you're up.
That would be a change in role for me a little bit. All right. So good evening, everybody. So obviously, so has been the case for a little while here. Lots of business in the high school, navigating the construction project and things that are going on. As we prepare for the new school year and the kids to show, and I know the teachers have shown a phenomenal amount of patience. Had that conversation in our faculty meeting today, just to a person, how they understand the situation even when given bad news, which tends to be the case. So you're going to not have this, you're going to have to move here, you're going to have to do that. Give a lot of those, and I appreciate their time. I'd like to put out a specific thank you to Victor Trone and his team. Worked pretty closely with Victor in the past however many months, and speaking of putting up with some dynamics and working with a lot of workers, construction workers there, and the subcontractors that are there, and sitting to plug away. The idea that my teachers could literally put in an FMX for something to move today, and it actually happened today, was amazing to me. So he and his team, I wish I could name all of them, but really they're the reason, and their tremendous effort is the reason why we're moving into that building in a place where the students can show up on Wednesday, and it will happen. Which if you do any tours, which you may or may not, actually there last, if you go back 3 weeks, I knew it would get there because we've done this before, but it was one of those that makes you wonder when you look at it, because it was very war zone-ish at the moment when we had that. So again, we're able to have those students because of the things that they're doing, so I thank them. Also, I'd like to thank our high school office staff and the counselors that were working behind the scenes, doing things that I think people are entirely, in all of our buildings, people are entirely unaware of that need to happen throughout the summer in order for the building to enter. I had this conversation with my wife where I still have people randomly come up to me and be like, oh, you work in the summer? And I actually have to chuckle because it's like you're nonstop getting things accomplished and doing things. It is not a downtime for those administrative assistants and our counselors that are in there. And I feel like they really came through because it's my first time working through that process with them during the summer, and they really did a good job actually taking on some leadership in that regard, and I appreciate that. Somebody like one of our counselors has a child in June and is back there in July like she never missed a step and continues to just knock things out. It's phenomenal. Finally, I'd like to thank all those that were involved in our back to school night for our 9th grade students, which happened last week. Had a tremendous turnout. I suspect it might have something to do with said construction project and some curiosity of moving around the building and doing some things, but very, very good turnout. We navigated, again, some inaccessible areas, but we had a lot show up, and we were happy to give them an opportunity to see their schedules, to see where they were moving around the building, so we feel a little comfortable coming in on day one on Wednesday. That is what I have for this evening. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. All right. Ms. Gould.
Good evening. So at the last meeting we had last week on Wednesday and Friday, our open house events. Wednesday was for our 6th graders and Friday for our 7th and 8th graders. A bit of a new format this year, taking into consideration some hiccups in the past with folks navigating the building comfortably and having the space and time to do so in a meaningful way. So getting things figured out, just in time for our very last open house in the building, but I think you guys, it was very well attended. I would venture to say almost all of our 6th grade families were in attendance. And when Friday rolled around for our 7th and 8th grade families, I didn't keep count, it was hard to tell, but there was a steady stream of people through the building. I spoke with one teacher today who reported 50 of her students came through out of maybe 80 or 90 or so. So I take that as a positive sign. The goal, of course, being for students to familiarize themselves with the building and with their schedule. And it was great to see some of the sixth graders say to their parents, I want to walk my schedule one more time, and then be able to do it and feel confident coming in on Wednesday. This morning was our opening in service. I was honored and pleased to have it hosted at NAMS this year, with it being not only the construction project going on in high school, but the final year to be in the building all together and to open a school year together. I remember 20 years ago, my first year in the district, back when we used to have opening days at NAMS. So it kind of felt kind of neat and full circle to be at Make Laugh Me today for our opening activities. Tomorrow, we will continue with our in-service, a big faculty meeting tomorrow with all of our staff to go over the flight plan, that being our goals and strategies for the school year, and formally welcome our new staff to the building and just make sure that everybody's got what they need for Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, we will have a normal schedule on Wednesday, nothing interrupting that day. On day 2 and 3, that being Thursday and Friday, we will have extended homeroom schedules and what we call our monthly pride meetings with our students to go over expectations, safety information, procedures. We want to do that as close to the start of the school year as possible, but I hate to interrupt their first day. I like them going through the first day, following their schedule as is, so they understand what a typical day feels like. And then we'll have those pride meetings on Thursday and Friday. So that's all for the blog. What for what?
You can say it's normal day.
It is going to be a normal day.
Just like I got your teachers saying, oh yeah, this weather's great, we're not gonna have any
It's going to
problems.
be beautiful, don't you?
Yeah. September's gonna be 100 degrees.
It's
That's
going to be.
That's a chase. Moran, you're on.
So a lot of what I have to say is very similar to what my two colleagues said, that, again, I take and specifically Georgia Elementary School. So really just want to talk about that summer work and time preparing for the start of the new school year. Our custodial staff has been outstanding to get everything ready for our building to be open and ready for our staff and our students this week. So just a big shout out to Ms. Lepo, Karen Lepo. She does a fabulous job with her staff. And then obviously also with their office secretaries, they do a great job of the summer months for that basic kind of resources and materials and supplies are coming in. And they do a fabulous job getting that stuff distributed to our teachers and ready to go for day one. So great job for them. A big shout out goes to our K staff, so our teachers who have been working with their kindergarten orientation. So our K teachers, with some additional grade level teachers throughout the summer that has worked with us, our reading specialists, our learning support teachers, our building coaches, our office secretaries, our nurse, our behavior specialists, our school psychologists. A lot of different people came together to rally what we were trying to do here in the kindergarten class. With that, our kindergarten night was last week on Wednesday. It was excellent. Obviously, she was getting great attendance from their families, and really a very positive way to start your school year. There's some additional things that will be shared, but that will come here in September as our committee shares with some of the work that we've done over the summer when we revamped our summer preschool program. So I'll save some of that for September with the team. Obviously, as our in-service is alluded to by my colleagues, that we've got a lot of focus centered around math, ELA, and science at the elementary level, focused on their instructional practices and setting the teachers up to be successful. So again, that work really goes on all summer, but obviously culminating into our events today and tomorrow. A lot of communication has went out over the last several weeks, probably the last month and a half. Again, communications about procedures for the return and start of the school year, talking about our student schedules, placement and assigned teachers, those things that have showed up over the last few weeks. And then we'll continue to work with new enrollees. So I thought we were in a good spot when I left on Friday, but we've had a few additional students show up here for the start of the school year, so we're going to work through some additional placements tomorrow to get those where they need to be. And just a reminder that we will have Air Back to School night again tomorrow. We've had that on that second day coming back to doing service. We're excited for our students and families to return to the building. We have grades 1 through 5 there. And really, the ACES team as a whole is just doing a great job to make our families feel welcome and really to make our returning students feel welcome back to the building. So that concludes my report at this time of school.
Any questions? Well, I had, this morning I sat with the teachers and listened. One thing that all three of them brought up, and more importantly, is that people seem to think the teachers have off in the summertime. They don't. I don't know how many times that I came by here, swing by with my wife or her friends, and there's always a visiting teacher or two in here in the building over the summer. Never on Friday, but for the most part, and they all, not one of them complained about it. It's just that the appreciation that they get. Teachers, teaching is not a 9-to-5 job. It's 24/7, and it goes on. So I want to tell you, go back to your teachers and express our thanks for all that they did this last summer to get ready for 27. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ms. Becker, you're up. Do you need your prop? Someone next to you?
I brought my friend,
Do you want me to move her up to you?
so we,
Probably should.
as was mentioned, we made paper twice this week. And it was
Mrs. Becker's new best friend.
It's my new best friend. Scares my husband when I put her up around the house with my second granddaughter. But we did make front page of paper announcing that the program has gone countywide. And so that was with the help of some community people and the Thunderbolt Foundation setting up a specific fund at the Adams County Community Foundation, which is called the Dolly Parton Imaginations Fund, and it's for Adams County. And that fund is going to support every child aged 0 to 5 years old to receive free books, ages 0 till they turn 5. So it's very exciting. Working with the Adams County Library, couldn't talk about it a lot before, but now I can. They're going to actually, our contract will be absorbed into the Adams County Library so that it will be a county-wide program. So our children are still going to be served. They're just going to, pick up where they were at, and more can join. But the positive thing is the 200 children that I have had to turn away from the Gettysburg School District, their parents can now sign them up for books. And so to me, that is very exciting because as I have stated before, it's not just the children, it's children in general that we need to educate, not just the children in our district. It's all children because they are our future. So anything that we can do to help advance the future of children and enrich them at an early age, it's going to benefit our community. So, yay Dolly, she's going with me. She's gone to a lot of places with me as we still are collecting money and donations towards that program. Well on her way. Then we made paper again for our clothing drive. We packed the truck. I mean, we have never had so many donations in all the years that we have done this. We had no more room in that truck. And luckily he had straps to put across the back to hold it in place so it wasn't shifting as we were driving. I don't know how many pounds yet. I don't know if they've even been able to calculate how many pounds we took down. But a huge thank you and shout out to Scott Hawk from Hawk Industries. He allowed us to use our truck, which is actually larger than the school truck. So we, not only did we fill the truck, but it was a bigger truck than what we usually use. And not only did he, give us a truck and help us out when we got there, they were shorthanded. he was helping, he and I were helping to get everything unloaded. So a huge, huge shout out to him. And again, community stepping forward to help us. And then all the funds for that will go to these targets. So it's a good week. We're in a paper place. It's always good. Our magnets were received by the community, and all the teachers got them. We have a few. If you want some, I did bring some extras. So this was something new that we tried this year. One of the things that we saw is that a lot of parents were like, when does school start? And, you know, it's all over Facebook and everything. You know, when are the back to school nights? So what we decided to do this year is I make a calendar that can go on all the homes' refrigerators. Teachers all got one too. These were mailed to every family within the district. And it also had inside it the nights of all of the back to school nights to try to help further inform our community. And I see a whole lot on Facebook saying when does school start. So I'm going to assume that this has helped. I know I have taken around to different businesses and such, and a lot of people have asked for them. So probably something that we will continue because it is a helpful tool for parents because it's a one glance look instead of having to pull up the phones and go and look. So that's fine. 811 came today, and that's exciting because that's for a story walk. So everything is marked up, and where we have everything placed, it looks like we're clear. We're going to double check with Victor tomorrow to make sure that we're all in a good place, you know, just based on, so I'm not misreading the lines because I'm really not sure what they mean. But, so, beyond that, I don't know what they mean. So, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, that's going to get up and rolling so that the teachers will be able to use that and we have some stories ready to go in there. We presented the Outstanding Staff Awards today as chosen by the district, and all of